purpose now. It's like,
Well, give up then.
No.
Jesus!
Okay. Come on, boys. We got a job.
Well, what's your big gun? Oh, oh. What's your big gun? Oh, oh. World's full of creeps, full of crooks, full of slime. Oh, hey. Time to call the squad that fights crime all the time. Oh, hey. From the tomb to the streets, from the flames to the fight. 9 wild weirdos make the villains take flight. Hey, hey, hey. Bureau vassal defenders, hey, hey. Back to the bone, the ultimate avengers. When the jerks attack and the evil won't quit, we show up loud and we kick them. Bureau of Asshole Defenders, go back, go back. Never dying leech, ancient bones, dark magic blast. Lost in time, but he speaks Egyptian fast. Aztec curses flying, necromantic glow. Dead man's the greatest hero we know. Wilhelm Forger, world's fastest feline zoom. Zoom in force blazing, watch him clear the room. Italy to Japan in under 5 minutes flat. Bad guys can't catch what they can't even track. The burning, it's radioactive scratch attack. Jack Banion's on fire, no turning back. Scratching up a storm, flames everywhere, burning through the crime like he just doesn't care. Mr. Dad joke, LOL with a clown tech grin. Divorcee gone wild, let the bad puns begin. Whoopee cushion, squirting flowers, pie in the face, turns every villain into a laughing disgrace. Night Weasel, shiny stolen, now she's on the hunt. Grapple guns and gadgets make the thieves take the brunt. Shiny's gone, but she'll never stop. Weasel fury dropping from the rooftop. The repairman, Joe, Jack, and Jill with the G glow. Washing machine blast made his powers grow. Spinning gears and wrenches, foes get flipped and tossed. One repairman hero, evil's getting bossed. The raging Texan, lawn defending rage ignite. Curse turns him huge when he starts to fight. Immense strength smashing, baddies get the boot. Don't mess with Texas or the giant Texas brute. The soldier supreme, Billy Bill Cocker leading proud. Bullets with evil's name, hear the thunder loud. Train around the world, now he's back for good. Soldier supreme, dropping justice like he should. Cinderbeast, fire magic, greed on art, mob took his friend, now he rips them apart. Petty crook turned hero, flames of atonement burn. Cinderbeast is here, watch the bad guys learn. No jerk too big, no creep too sly. 9 misfit heroes gonna make them cry. Lich, Forger, Itch, Dad joke, Weasel repairman, Texan supreme, Cinderbeast unite. Asshole defenders ready to fight. Bureau of Asshole Defenders, back to the bone, the ultimate avengers. When the world needs saving from the fools and the scum, we roll in weird and we get it done. Bureau of Asshole Defenders, go back, go back, go back, go back. Bureau of Asshole Defenders, go bad. In the vastness of the galaxy where stars do gleam, rides a ship called the Cat's Whisker, Captain's Dream. He's a black and white feline with a twinkle in his eye, known as the furry bastard under the starlit sky. Furry bastard, he's better. Furry bastard, he's a legend so grand, with a paw full of mischief and a masterful plan. He prowls through the cosmos with a wink and a snare, pranking Kirk and his crew without a single care. He dances among stars with a purr and a leap, causing chaos and laughter, a silence they keep. To the Romulan shadows he brings light with his charm. In the universe chaos, he's the calm in the storm. Enemies and allies, they all know his name, for the furry bastard is a player in this game. With a sly little grin will make Vulcan smile. His antics and tricks, they stretch like years in style. The furry bastard, he's a legend so grand, with a paw full of mischief and a masterful plan. He prowls through the cosmos with a wink and a snare, pranking Kirk and his crew without a single care. So raise a toast to the captain of the Cat's Whisker, the universe's jester, no one could be brisker. For the furry bastard with his bold feline flair is the king of the stars and pranks beyond compare. Furry bastard, he's a legend so grand, with a paw full of mischief and a masterful plan. He prowls through the cosmos with a wink and a snare, pranking Kirk and his crew without a single care.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Wednesday show. I'm Hammer and I'm usually joined by two of my favorite Wednesday show hosts, Jen TMaxi in Canada and Terry Diamantis down under. You can find us on Rumble every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and then we bring in YouTube at 9 p.m. to simulcast on YouTube as well. Hope you have time to stop by.
Minions of the Zoo in space.
Whoa, whoa. He stepped in the ring, thought he had the crown, promised us a change, but he's let us down. With a smile on his face, he's a master of lies, but all we get is silence as the hope slowly dies. Oh, Keir Starmer is a wanker, worse for us than the Black Death's fever. Whoa, Keir Starmer is a wanker, a disaster in a three-piece blazer. Talk of unity, but we're tearing apart. He's juggling our future with no sense or heart. Like the Lothiael flying, raining down despair. His plans are just smoke, a breath of stale air. Whoa! Keir Starmer is a wanker, worse for us than the Black Death's fever. Whoa! Keir Starmer is a wanker, a disaster in a three-piece blazer. Where's the fire? Where's the fight? We need a leader to guide us right, but all we've got is empty words as our hope gets lost in the flocks of birds. He's running this country like it's a game of chess, but every move he makes just leads to more mess. Promises like shadows fading with the light. We craving a savior while he drowns us in spite. Whoa! Keir Starmer is a wanker, worse for us than the Black Death's fever. Whoa! Keir Starmer is a wanker, a disaster in a three-piece blazer. Out your soul, shout it loud. Let the whole world see we need a leader with energy. Keir Starmer, you're a wanker, time to pack your bags. You're a total stinker. Keir Starmer is a wanker. Oh, oh, oh. vastness of the cosmic sea, a space lich named Tyr, wild and free, commands a ship. Oh, what a sight! The test holiday, a titan in flight, with engines that hum a heavy tune across the galaxies through stardust and moon. Tyr dreams of worlds unseen, following the trail where Norman has been. Tyr, the space lich in shadows, he roams on the test holiday, his morbidly obese home crew unpaid, yet in awe they remain. For the wonders he shows them, none can explain. Nebulae whisper secrets in his ear, while planets spin tales that only Tyr can hear. He charts a course through the void's embrace, seeking the legend of Norman's place. But the crew, they grumble under muted breath, for pay is a promise lost in the depths. Yet their hearts are swayed by the starlit skies and Tyr's vision of cosmic highs. Tyr, the space lich in shadows, he roams on the test holiday, his morbidly obese home crew unpaid, yet in awe they remain. For the wonders he shows them, none can explain. Oh, what a tale to be told of a lich with a soul so bold. Through the dark and the light, he dances with the night, chasing the echoes of Norman's flight. Though riches elude their outstretched hands, they sail on dreams and Tyr's commands. For in the depths of the cosmos wide, adventure and mystery are their guide. Tyr, the space lich in shadows, he roams on the test holiday, his morbidly obese home crew unpaid, yet in awe they remain. For the wonders he shows them, none can explain. So onward they journey, time and space, where Tyr leads the way with a ghostly grace. Together they drift where few have gone, in search of the truth as the stars lead on. The space lich in shadows, he roams.
We'll make it enough.
Hold the line!
Stay with me, boy. Please. We finish this. Together.
I feel like I've lost my purpose now. It's like,
Well, give up then.
No.
Jeebus!
Come on, boys. We got a job.
Well, what's your big gun? What's your big gun? World's full of creeps, full of crooks, full of slime. Time to call the squad that fights crime all the time. From the tomb to the streets, from the flames to the fight. 9 wild weirdos make the villains take flight. Bureau vessel defenders, back to the bone, the ultimate avengers. When the jerks attack and the evil won't quit, we show up loud and we kick their Bureau of Asshole Defenders. Go bad, go bad. Never dying leech, ancient bones, dark magic blast. Lost in time, but he speaks Egyptian fast. Aztec curses flying, necromantic glow. Dead man's the greatest hero we know. Wilhelm Forger, world's fastest feline zoom. Zoom force blazing, watch him clear the room. Italy to Japan in under 5 minutes flat. Bad guys can't catch what they can't even track. The burning, it's radioactive scratch attack. Jack Banion's on fire, no turning back. Scratching up a storm, flames everywhere, burning through the crime like he just doesn't care. Mr. Dad joke, LOL with a clown tech grin. Divorcee gone wild, let the bad puns begin. Whoopee cushion, squirting flowers, pie in the face, turns every villain into a laughing disgrace. Night Weasel, shiny stolen, now she's on the hunt. Grapple guns and gadgets make the thieves take the brunt. Shiny's gone, but she'll never stop. Weasel fury dropping from the rooftop. The repairman, Joe, Jack, and Jill with the G-glow. Washing machine blast made his powers grow. Spinning gears and wrenches, foes get flipped and Bureau of Asshole Defenders. Here come the heroes you never saw coming. Asshole Defenders. Wild, weird, and free. They'll save the day eventually.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Bureau of Asshole Defenders. I'm here with my friends Mitch Nemo
What's shaking?
and Critical Drinker,
Hey, how you doing?
and hopefully some more people join us a little later. But once again, it's Monday, so I'm your keeper, Tyr Alexander. How you guys doing?
Spiffy.
Spiffy.
Pretty good.
All right.
As far as good as I can.
Nifty even.
All right. Earlier, me and Mitch were talking about movies of color being Marvel movies of color being shelved, and I want to say I'm fucking glad some of those Marvel movies of color are fucking stupid.
Oh, just for reference, I did start watching Wonder Man.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was always interested in Wonder Man, Simon Williams as a character.
Okay.
And I was just curious at how they handled it. And of course, race swap that gets on my nerves. But that's not why I stopped watching it.
Okay.
It's one season, 8 episodes. All right.
Mm-hmm.
God, this is frustrating. They needed maybe one episode to set something up, to set up the story. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it's only 8 episodes. They're about an hour long. All you need is one episode to set up the story and to go from there. 3 episodes in, and still Nothing is fucking happening. I said, fuck this, I'm out.
Okay, that's fucking terrible.
So for the record, even though the race swap thing bothers me, the guy who played Simon Williams didn't get on my nerves. But the writing is so bad that they couldn't figure out how to transition from introducing a character to fucking anything happening.
Modern writing in a nutshell, as I've been saying before.
Well, it's a streaming thing too. They take the simplest idea to convey and they string it out for such a fucking long time.
Okay.
Jesus. Wake me when the fun starts. I
Have you noticed they got every show nowadays? Like
entertaining.
Go ahead,
Go on.
Critical.
Oh, I was gonna say, have you noticed that every show has to be as fucking preachy as possible?
That's
Even
one-
worse than it usual.
Well,
that is
that's
definitely one of the characteristics.
well, that is that's a feature, not a bug.
Right. Another
Like-
feature is they always have to throw in an infantile romantic subplot.
Yes. Like,
And
but
it's just so goddamn awful nowadays. Did I tell you that they did a twist? I was saying this in chat the other day. Fucking, there's a new showrunner for Twisted Metal,
I don't care.
and they got the guy. They got the guy from fucking The Boys of the last season.
Well, let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Let me tell you why I don't care about that, Critical. Now, don't get me wrong. It misses the premise of what Twisted Metal was. Twisted Metal.
Man, I can never bring up any subject to anybody nowadays. Never mind.
What do you mean, huh?
Without somebody like trying to rain on the parade of it.
I'm not trying to rain on your parade. I'm just saying why I don't particularly like it. Like, I'm not saying it's you shouldn't watch it. Go right ahead. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying why I won't watch it.
That's fair.
I mean, again, like I said, it misses what the Twisted Metal games were. It was essentially fucking Death Race 2000. Pretty fucking much. Like Destruction Derby. Mitch, you saying something? I can't hear you.
No.
So,
They
I see.
did get the core part of it right in the season 2. They did get that.
And they also got another critical fact wrong. His name isn't Sweet Tooth. The Sweet Tooth's name of the car.
It's Needles Kane, I know.
It's Needles Kane. And that's the basic thing that anyone that loves the property would say. It's not who he is.
So they made a joke about that. I think they made a joke about that in season 2 when they were like, name, Sweet Tooth, name of your car, also Sweet Tooth. I was like, oh god. Your name is Needles fucking Kane. And guess who they're gonna have to play his father?
Who?
Mark Hamill.
Well, I'm most definitely not watching.
He's
it
gonna
now.
play Charles Kane.
Well, congratulations. I'm not watching it.
They just and the one of the best characters in the entire show isn't gonna be for season. He had other show constraints.
All right. So again, all right. Back to the movies of color we were talking about.
Oh yeah, what the point I was going to make
Mhm.
regarding Wonder Man. I didn't quit watching because it was a race swap. I quit watching because nothing was fucking happening.
So you quit watching because it's fucking boring.
Yes.
Fair enough.
And that's what I was getting at too, because every show has got to be fucking boring as shit. With a little bit of the action part thrown in.
Again, so you can. Which one we're looking for? The
Like, who's legitly gonna watch it?
so you have Wonder Man being canceled. You have the War Machine movie being canceled. You have the Blade movie being canceled. You have the Monica Rambeau movie being canceled. And you also have
canceling War Machine, I think, is a bad idea and a good idea. The reason I think it's a bad idea, War Machine as a character has a lot of room for storytelling. James Rhodes is a good character.
Yes.
The reason that's why I think it's a bad idea to cancel it. The reason it's a good idea to cancel it, how fucking old is Don Cheadle now?
Yeah, he's pretty old.
It's like with Black Widow. They should have done a movie far earlier than now.
Don
Way
Cheadle
back in
is-
fucking phase 1.
Yeah.
He was born
Well,
at
phase
64.
Phase 1 was
He's
where he should've
61.
come.
Oh, you mean Black Widow? Yeah, Black Widow should have had a film in phase 1.
Don Cheadle is 61.
Yeah. And it's going to start showing in his performance that he's getting old.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Happens all the time.
Well,
I mean, it's not a jab at Don Cheadle. I like the actor.
mhm.
I like his performance. I like his skill. But there's just no avoiding the fact that eventually he's going to be too old to play James Rhodes.
Well, I'm going to say the exact reason why he shouldn't play James. They shouldn't do a War Machine movie because they kind of fucked his character in Secret Invasion.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Well,
So
they did a lot of that. Honestly, Marvel. Oh God, Marvel just needs to reboot completely.
Yes. I mean, again, Secret
And I
Invasion.
don't mean retell the origin stories. We got the origin stories already. Just recast and tell new stories with quick fire origins in the opening credit sequence.
Yes. But about to say, his character in Secret Invasion was turned out to be a fucking Skrull for like what 2-3 movies.
Yeah.
So all the
Seriously, he's a fucking screwed down.
well, no, he's not. He's not per se a Skrull. However, since he was in the hospital, so that should have been Endgame. Endgame, the one before that. Yeah. So technically, his best friend is fucking dead while he was under. He has this life that he no longer fucking remembers. Like, again, you fucked his character. And no
But
amount.
if they reboot,
Yeah.
they have a chance to do it right. They have a chance to tell the Tony Stark being a severely messed up alcoholic storyline.
Yes.
You know, the demon in the bottle thing. And then you have the opportunity to have James Rhodes step in first as Iron Man, like he did
Yes.
in the comics. And then later become War Machine after Tony takes back the armor. And, you know, the whole thing about the armor was reactive to brainwaves, but it was something about the armor being reactive to brainwaves that was causing the alcoholism in Tony. And because the armor was geared for Tony, it was causing problems with Rhodes too. So, you know, it gives an opportunity to correct those problems, very much like the storyline where Tony corrected the problem of the palladium in his arc reactor.
I don't think they would
When
ever
he solved it with something that tasted like coconut.
I don't think they would ever do a proper alcoholic Tony Stark.
I don't think they will either.
Well, they can't.
Because imagine after that, if that was sort of a phase 1 story, then Armor Wars can become like a phase 2 type story for Iron Man and War Machine, and it would be awesome.
Yes. But again, they wouldn't do that one because, again, It just like they wouldn't tell a proper fucking. They wouldn't give us Ultimate Ant-Man and Ultimate Wasp. That's a fucked up storyline.
They don't have the balls for that.
They don't. They really don't.
Yeah, and that also gives you some of the best characterization of Captain America by extension, because that relationship is kind of it shows his best and worst qualities, if you will, or not the best and worst qualities, but the fact that he's a man out of time.
Yeah.
'Cause they never show that. Like, there should be some things you see and go like, wow. You know? And some mindsets that he have, you know, standing up for a lady and doing shit like that, because of in his time, that was the thing.
Well, yeah, and also the suits at Marvel, well, Disney Marvel. Let's be clear about that. They don't understand what fans are reacting to, or they don't care. Either way,
I don't think they care.
we're not attracted to the costume. If we were attracted to the costume, then Ironheart would be a success. Then Sam Wilson, Captain America would be a success.
Yes.
We're not attracted to the costume. We're attracted to the people in the costume. We like Steve Rogers. We like Sam Wilson, but he's not Captain America. He's the Falcon.
Yes.
Sam Wilson
American
as the Falcon is a better character than Sam Wilson as Captain America.
Yes. And again, they already have a black quote-unquote Captain America. They should have given it to the Patriot.
Bradley.
Yeah, they should have given it to the Patriot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Either give it to the Patriot or giving it to fucking Bucky.
I mean, at least we got an Isaiah Bradley story in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, sort of. But it was so much backstory.
I agree that the Winter Soldier should have been the next Cap.
Yeah. He should have been next Captain America.
Well, yeah, Bucky Barnes became Captain America before Sam Wilson did.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he should have been, and that kid that Tony fucking, I will keep saying this until I'm blue in the face. That kid that Tony met in Iron Man 2 should have been the next Iron Man.
Should have been what?
The next Iron Man character, not Ironheart or whatever the fuck her name was.
Again.
I mean, the kid wearing the toy mask and glove.
Oh,
they're saying that there's not any official source, but all the fan theories are that that's young Peter Parker.
Nah. The young Peter Parker was already shown whenever in the first Iron Man, when he almost when Tony saved him from the one Warmonger suit.
What?
Yeah. There's a theory that the kid that Tony saved in the first one against Warmonger, and
Okay.
Warmonger, the kid at the Flex.
There's a problem with that. The first
Because
Iron
the
Man
Asian-
movie. The first Iron Man movie takes place in Malibu.
Yeah.
Well, and the Middle East, obviously, but the Stark facility was in Malibu.
Where was the Stark Tech Tower thing? The Stark Expo?
What?
What?
Iron Man.
No, the Stark Expo
was it Iron
was
Man
in
2?
Flushing, New York.
Yeah, that's what I'm
was in
saying.
Iron Man.
The-
Yeah, but it couldn't have been him because he'd have been older. He'd have been more.
That was Iron Man 2. The Stark Expo was in Iron Man 2 when he went up against Whiplash.
And Peter Parker would have been older then.
No.
He would have been around 8 or 9, maybe 10.
So yeah, that would have worked. Well, that's just a fan theory anyway.
I
Yeah.
would have liked for them to.
But Peter was raised in Queens. So
which
him
is
showing
where
up
the
at-
exact Stark Expo is.
No, the Stark Expo is in Flushing. But those are both in New York. Okay, it makes sense. Meanwhile, Iron Man, the first Iron Man movie, was
Flushing Meadows, Corona Park in Queens, New York.
not the first movie. The
No,
first
not the
movie
first movie.
was in Malibu. Stark's home
Yeah,
in
which is where his
Malibu
house is.
was close to where Stark Industries was,
Yeah.
or at least that office of Stark Industries, which by now probably left California anyway.
Probably.
I never seen it and I didn't care for it.
But anyhow, yeah, the what are we going to call it? The de-blackening of the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
Pretty much, yeah.
whatever. Well,
I
we
gave
said
up on Marvel.
but before this became a topic, we even said that they should have just recast Kang and recast Black Panther.
Yes.
Yes,
they
they should have. Instead of making it his sister, who is in Iron Man or Black Panther 2.
Yeah, it just,
They
Which
should
I
have
haven't-
just fucking recast.
that I haven't seen because it's not T'Challa.
I know.
I'm not watching a Black Panther movie that's not T'Challa.
It makes no. All right. Again, I get that you want to honor Chadwick Boseman's
Chadwick.
performance. However, the best way to honor that performance is to recast the character.
Yep.
That and they actually
Keep the
shit
character
on the
going.
performance whenever they by not recasting.
Shit,
And-
they recast Hulk, didn't they? Or
Yeah.
Dr. Ben on it.
They did
By
that
adding
one.
a football actor.
They recast fucking Rhodes. They recast Cheadle and because it was with Terrence Howard.
Yep.
Yep.
And I
Terrence
honestly
Howard
think-
was the original.
And I honestly think Terrence Howard would have been a better War Machine.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like
he's-
Don Cheadle.
Terrence
Wasn't that
Howard is
Cuba
too
Gooding-
swishy to play James Rhodes.
I haven't heard from Cuba Gooding Jr.
You know who would have made a good James Rhodes?
Who?
Michael J. White.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he would have been good Rhodes. Hey,
Michael J. White would be-
James Rhodes wasn't a skinny little wimp.
Yo JB and Yo Zed, you not feeling good today? All right.
That happens.
Maybe it is you because our levels are pretty well. Maybe I should turn down the game. Maybe see if that works.
There we go. I gotta hit the mute button.
Better. Is that better, JB?
Bigger, better.
But again, for Kang, you could have had that it's one of his variants that they were interacting with, and there,
Yeah.
you know, instant reason to,
Or
you could just,
you don't even need an in-universe story.
yeah, you don't even need a thing for it. You
Or
could just
excuse, rather.
recast the actor.
Yeah. Just recast them. Yeah, I like the way they did it with Iron Man 2 when they recast James Rhodes. It's me, I'm here, deal with it.
Yes.
Was his dialogue in the movie when he first showed up.
Oh, that's why I haven't heard anything about Cuba Gooding Jr. in years.
Why?
Ooh, okay. So apparently in 2019, he was accused of sexual misconduct over 30 different women. In 2022, he pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor charge of forcibly touching after kissing a waitress sent in a New York nightclub because he completed 6 months of a court-ordered behavioral counseling after getting rearrested. The charge was reduced to a lesser law violation. In 2013, the allegations, blah blah blah, a $300,000 default judgment. He also is part of the Diddy fucking. Damn.
So he's a sex
Okay.
pervert. Got it.
Yeah. Apparently.
Yeah,
Not
JB.
surprised.
Michael Jai White as fucking James Rhodes. Michael Jai White needs to get better parts. I mean, he did a great part in
Hang on just
The
a
Dark
second.
Knight.
I
And
think he was great as
partly
Spawn.
that performance that convinces me he would actually make a really good James Rhodes.
I think he would make a good Spawn. I think they need to reboot Spawn and do Spawn
I
again.
don't know. But the character is not just anyone you can put in a suit. Characters in these stories also have a physicality, and James Rhodes was not slight of build. He was a bulked up motherfucker. He looked like he didn't need the War Machine suit. He could punch you and leave a mark, you know.
Mm.
And
And back.
so Michael Jai White has that build, and he has the acting ability.
Okay.
Wasn't Michael Jai White? Didn't he play? Wasn't he playing? Oh no, that was Jamie. Why do I keep thinking they're the same person?
What? Who?
Jamie Foxx and Michael Jai White.
Mm.
Oh, I don't know.
They
Jamie
really do.
Foxx, I
They
think,
look eerily similar.
Jamie Foxx was another bad casting decision
For
what?
Shocker, yeah.
Yes.
for Elektra,
Sorry, Elektra, not Shocker.
because there again,
All these black superheroes with electric. Come on.
It's
Shocker
kinda-
wasn't black.
Yeah.
Neither was Electro, for that matter. It's another race swap for one thing. And
Another
it's a race
unnecessary
swap
race swap.
with an actor who is very widely known. So again, we don't see Electro, we see fucking Jamie Foxx.
Jamie fights.
I don't want to see Jamie Foxx when I go see a movie. I want to see the character in the movie. Now, when it's an original,
Although I do like, was that Jamie Foxx in Django Unchained?
Yes.
yeah.
God, he was so good in that movie.
Oh, he probably was. I'm not taking issue with Jamie Foxx's ability to act. It's just
Oh, I got it.
it's when you take a well-established and very well-known actor and put him in the role of an established character, we're not seeing the character anymore. We're seeing the actor.
That's fair.
That's my
That's
issue.
totally fair.
And I don't want to see.
Like
I don't go to a movie to see Jamie Foxx as Electro. I go to a movie to see Electro.
Yeah, you got a point. That's a
one
fair
of the-
assessment. I like that.
It's one of the brilliant things about Darth Vader being under a helmet.
Yes.
Or Michael Myers being behind the mask. Nobody knew who really the actor was for decades.
I mean, we knew it was Nick Castle in the first movie.
Yeah.
It said so right in the credits. But Nick Castle also wasn't a big-named actor.
True. What else has he done, actually?
Nick Castle also directed The Last Starfighter.
Nice.
He was in. Oh, he was in. Was he in Major Pain?
Nick Castle, possibly.
Hold on. Movie?
Well, he's not just an actor. He does he directs and he does other stuff behind the scenes.
Yes.
Oh,
And
okay.
because
so he
Halloween
was
was a low budget film, they tapped Nick Castle to play Michael Myers as an adult.
Okay. And he's got a big ass white beard now.
Yeah.
I mean, old age does
Escape
that
from
to you.
LA.
But again,
Damn, he's helped direct a lot of movies. Holy shit.
oh yeah, he's Nick Castle is a very established talent in his own right.
Oh yeah, he is.
Done a lot of good.
A lot of horror movies too, and comedy.
Yep. He's versatile. That's the other thing. That's why we should apply this to directors too. This is one of our problems with like James Gunn, for example. They put him in charge of the whole DC universe, and that's not his. That's not in his skill set. He shouldn't. James Gunn should not be doing established stuff. Hey, Keishal.
Yo, Keishal.
James Gunn should stick to his own stuff. He's at his best when he's doing his own stuff. Yeah, he had some success with Guardians of the Galaxy, but that's an exception, not a rule. Give him his own, let him work on his own stuff, and he's going to shine like a motherfucker. But put him in charge of the DC cinematic universe? No. He's going to be a disaster. It's the same reason you don't put Tim Burton in charge of the Marvel universe, because he would be a disaster.
His style, his visual style does not congeal with Marvel.
Well, and that's all Tim Burton is. He's just a kooky visual style.
And he's a Helena Bottom Carter. He's always casting his movies.
She is his wife.
True. But if it's a Tim Burton movie, you can find her somewhere.
Well, yeah.
Just like Rob Zombie with Sherry Moon.
Yeah. I mean, who else is hiring Sherry Moon? Who else is hiring Helena Bottom Carter? Nobody.
Yeah.
It's a grift. And we know
The only
it's a
thing
grift.
that Helena Bottom, the only thing that Helena Bottom did that picked her husband's hand in it was in Harry Potter as Bellatrix.
Yeah.
Even then, that was.
But that was also not a main focal point in the movie, was it?
No.
No, true.
Exactly. She's a sideshow in other films. If you know what I mean. She's God, what's the word I'm looking for?
She's a what's the word I'm looking for? She's a draw, not a not a draw.
Not even that. She's
the bearded lady. She's a freak show.
Yeah, that's what I said. Sideshow.
Yeah.
That's essentially what she is. She's in regular movies. She's just a sideshow attraction. She shows up, goes wow, and then we're off to the actual. Then we get back to the real movie. The only part she has a major role is in a Tim Burton film. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Sherry Moon. No one's out there saying, "Hey, when's that next Sherry Moon movie?" And there's a damn good reason.
Okay, yeah, Tim Burton did do the remake of Dark Shadows.
Yep.
Okay. That's why she was in the movie. He was giving Johnny Depp a blowjob in the film.
But yeah, these autist filmmakers, that's what they are. Everyone else says auteur. They're not. They're autist filmmakers.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're one-trick ponies, and they're gonna do fine if they stick to that trick. And
all they do is beat up everybody.
What?
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, just stop trying to be something you're not. You're good at this one thing, then go be fucking good at it. Zack Snyder's good at slow motion. Find a good reason to make a slow motion movie and stick to it. But my God, leave every established property alone, because you all suck at it.
Facts. I forgot what I was going to say now. I hate when that happens.
Me too. But I've got a...
I was basically essentially saying what you said.
I want to prove something.
What?
I want to prove that... I mean, we've kind of done it before. But I want to prove that we can take an original concept and brainstorm it into a movie that would actually be entertaining. And I've got a list of possibilities. Let's go through a few of these as far as what I've got down for them. Oh God, that's bright. Hang on, it's got to load up. Okay. Here's what I've got. I've got movie concept worksheets. All right. I made them myself. And when I get a notion, I jot it down. I save it, and maybe I'll come back to it later. Maybe I won't. But it gives us a basis from which to form an entertaining movie idea.
Okay.
All right. So this one's called Proxy. I want to go through a few of them. We'll decide which one we want. This first one's called Proxy. Here's the concept. The Swanson family moves into a house that was previously owned by a single mother who lost her daughter to cancer before taking her own life. As supernatural events occur, it becomes clear that the Swanson's daughter is in danger. And for a twist, we're going to have the ghost is, in fact, trying to save the daughter from her mother, who we learn suffers from Munchausen's by proxy.
Okay.
So it's kind of it's got a little bit of the I see dead people vibe, I guess. So that's that one. What's this one? I haven't gone through some of these in a while. Some of my these will be like new ideas to me a little. This one's called what did I call this? Choker. I called this one Choker.
Mm-hmm.
In 1870, the young women of Grand Brook are being strangled. When a mysterious stranger wanders through town on the hunt for a monster, the sheriff is gunned down by a hidden assailant, and the stranger becomes the town's last hope for peace. The twist is that the monster the stranger is hunting is not the killer of women in Grand Brook, nor is he the one who shot the sheriff.
Yeah.
Okay.
The stranger is a U.S. Marshal, and the killer of young woman shot the sheriff and is using the passage of the monster the stranger is hunting as a cover for his own crimes.
Okay.
I don't know if I think I'm not too fond of that idea.
It has potential.
It would be a kind of a neat story.
Let's do this one. Nevermore. This one's called Nevermore. What? No, that's not the one I wanted. There it is. I'm sorry, I clicked on the wrong one. This one's called Happily Never After. This one's very brief.
Okay.
Main character is granted a favor from Fairy Godmother. When the Fairy Godmother demands a price too high for her favor, she dooms the main character to repay her with the blood of innocence.
Okay.
That's all I've got on that one. This one could be a little more. Okay, that's. What's this thing? February the 14th. Now, honestly, that would be a great title for a movie.
Okay.
A scorned lover takes to murdering those around his ex-girlfriend's new beau in order to frame him for the murders in the hopes of getting her back.
That's hilarious.
Tagline, love can be murder. I've got
Okay.
I've got two.
I'm a sucker for horror comedies. I'm a real sucker for horror comedies, and that sounds funny.
That does sound rather stupid.
It does, doesn't it? Hey, Rotten.
You're right.
Put up.
Let's. Oh fuck! God damn it. I've got an alternate title for it. It's the title I think I like the best is February the 14th. The alternate title is Dear John. Yeah, I think.
Oh no.
Too.
Oh no.
People, a business, or the government?
What?
I'm trying to figure out what this thing's entailed to. You said, "Dear John." I'm like, if it's to the government, it should be like, "To you parasitic bastards."
Oh yeah, no
To
kidding.
you paraplegic old 80-year-old fucks, I fucked your wife and mistress.
You
I know half of
filthy
you must
son
have
of a
one.
bitch. Well, I kind of like Happily Never After too, because that's got some madness that you can play in. But
Okay.
anyhow,
Oh, that's wonderful.
but February the 14th. I like that title. I think.
It's a work in progress. It's good.
Oh, is this for like a movie or something?
Yeah,
A book?
it's I when I get these notions, I just write them down and file them in case I ever come back to them.
I've got an idea for one to where it'd be the whole story actually takes place before the date
Yeah.
of the thing, obviously, to where the whole culmination is, but I'm still going to call it the day that the whole culmination is, so it's just going to be Thursday.
Thursday.
Okay, but he commits murders. He murders people who have a connection to her new boyfriend, in the hopes of framing him to get her back. And we call it February the 14th because that's the day.
That's
she
Valentine's
breaks
Day.
up with him. It's Valentine's Day, and that's the day she breaks up with him for this other guy. So
Almost. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
we're trying to prove that we can take a concept and spin it into a story that would be a successful movie. By successful, I mean it would be entertaining. And I think this one has the possibility of being entertaining and amusing.
Okay.
So let's well, what happened?
Yo, Will.
I don't want to do this a fifth time. Hey, Will,
Howdy.
you awake?
Come back from a cap nap.
Say mostly awake, mostly
Kinda,
functional. I think.
Okay. We're toying with movie notions.
Movie notions.
Yeah.
What kind of notions?
All right. I'll repeat it for the fifth time. Well, no, everyone's popping in after I give
That's
the
it
synopsis.
begins.
To give a brief
that-
synopsis of it, it's kind of like a horror movie, but revenge horror movie in a way, to where
It's like a revenge thriller.
dude's trying to get back with his ex-girlfriend. So he's trying to find out basically like everyone who's involved with the new boyfriend, to then basically set him up for that, to where it would be looked upon as him, so he can try to get back with her. Does that
You trying
kind
to
of
frame
paraphrase it, Mitch?
I'll read it again. A scorned lover takes to murdering those around his ex-girlfriend's new beau in order to frame the new beau for the murders in the hopes of getting her back. He wants her back, so he's going to frame her new boyfriend for a bunch of murders.
Okay.
And I've got a good twist on this one that I think is kind of funny. It's
I'd
funny
watch it.
It's morbid or it's funny in a morbid way. Because I want in the climax, when she finally breaks down and comes back to the ex for emotional support, he sits her down in the kitchen. He goes like he's gonna make some tea, and he gets an old cast iron skillet and just fucking bricks her over the back of the head with it.
Wow.
And kills her. And he feels better, and he realizes in that moment that if he had just killed her from the outset, he could have avoided killing everyone else.
Oh, I remember.
yeah,
You
that's
told us
funny.
about this one.
I think I probably mentioned it before. But look, we need the details of the movie. Like, who are the people close to the new boyfriend? What the fuck is going on? Stop updating shit, Windows. I don't like you. Who are the people close to the new boyfriend that he's going to target for murder?
Let's start
Well,
are we
here
going with it?
because I get the feeling like we're dealing with late teens, early 20s, in which case.
How about the
you've
friend that set
got-
him up? They introduced him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
you've
say
got
early
friends-
20s.
Friends that introduced them, probably a college roommate or similar.
Oh, how about a professor? Because this would instantly give him shade. No, not shade, but what's what I look for? It would cast like, all right, so your friend dying could be random violence. You know, you can have an excuse, but the professor and your friend dying that you were failing in this class and refused to give you an A. Yeah.
Well, now we got to figure out what kind of killings these are too, because the movies completely misunderstand Jason and Mike. They refer to them as serial killers because they have no type, if you know what I mean. I mean, they do, but it's not. For example, the films Friday the 13th, 2, 3, and 4 all happen very much back to back. So what we're looking at there is not serial murders. We're looking at a murder spree, or a killing spree rather. And with Michael Myers, that is also a killing spree because that all takes place in one day. I mean, after he breaks out of Smith's Grove.
Mm-hmm.
So those are killing sprees. This is not going to be that. This is going to take place over a period of time, probably months, I would think.
Well,
Because
yeah,
I would make it a year, because then you could have it be that she broke up with him on Valentine's Day for then everything to happen where she ends up getting back together with him on Valentine's Day.
That's a good idea. I
say,
think that's a good idea.
and simply
It ties the title in very nicely.
and simply put, with the notion of what he's going for there, initially at least, you would want to do that kind of thing as a slow burn, because he's not out there initially winding. He's not killing all these other people because he wants them dead. He's killing them because he wants to frame the new boyfriend, in which case you would deal with 1 or 2 killings and a little bit of a hold time to see what happens, because you don't know how many murders it's going to take to get that to make that work out. And the thing is, these are also to some extent they're going to be murders of opportunity, because with all of your planning ahead of time, you're still going to be I need this to be plausibly a case where this other person did the murder. So you can't, unless you're doing elaborate, inviting all kinds of people, all kinds of places, which also sets you up as hey, this is actually who's orchestrating it. You're going to be watching kind of from the wings, so to speak, from the shadows, and saying, oh, hey, here's the perfect opportunity where this person could be argued to have motive, means, and opportunity. Let's get in there and do it. That's not going to happen every day. That's going to be
you just gave me an idea. I think I have a way to address that. see if this works. Going with what Rotten said, we're going to throw a year. This whole story is going to take place within the span of a year. So that like you said gives him time to stalk, follow, coordinate his efforts, blah blah blah, and also gives him time to have the opportunities to kill the 3 or 4 people necessary to achieve his goal. Let's say he needs to kill 3 people, and the 4th is going to be her at the end of the story. Now, what he could figure out after the first killing, he figured out, okay, let's well, I was going to call it Dear John as an alternate title, so we're going to call the guy John, the killer. Okay.
Okay.
John is the killer.
Mhm.
So let's say he's following Mike. He's following Mike, figuring out who his contacts, his daily and etc. contacts are, or regular contacts are, because it's got to be regular contact that he kills in order for the frame to work, or for the frame to work effectively.
Right.
So he figures out one of the contacts and starts following the contact, figuring out their patterns and doing all that shit. Until he has the opportunity to frame John, and that takes 4 months. That's too much time, isn't it? It's like that's too much time. I got to find a more effective way to do this. So what he does, he learns from that first murder, alters his methods, and then just starts following John again, or following Mike again, because Mike meets up with someone, and then they're the last 2 or
Person
whatever.
seen with him.
Yeah, then kills that other person. It makes it more of an opportunity thing and less about the stalking the victim. But his intended victim isn't the people he's killing, like was pointed out. His intended victim is Mike, who he's framing for these murders. So he learns that all he has to, this is character growth, I guess. He learns that all he has to do is follow Mike. Doesn't have to follow anyone else.
So
at least not in great detail.
So his first murder is like, oh man, I plotted and planned, and all I had to do was this to begin with.
Right. Like I said, it's good if he learns along the way how to be more gooder at these things and
more efficient,
planting the evidence and whatnot too. So what do you think? Is that a good way to
Yeah, because you can have it be like the first things of like the first portion of his after the breakup. You know, he has that whole process. Then he comes to the conclusion of what he's going to do, and then we have like the 3 to 4 months where he's going to do that, and he's like, I got to speed this up to make this go back. It's like to go through this, otherwise I'm just not going to get there, and then it's going to take too long.
Or you could have that the first murder he thinks is gonna work. You know, he thinks he has him dead to rights, but he has an airtight alibi. Fuck. All right. So you can even have like there's a scene where he's like watching crime dramas and whatnot. What do I need to get this man here? What do I need? Okay.
Here. Let's put a little twist on that. I like the airtight alibi thing, but we should make it so it's only an airtight alibi in the context of this one murder.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
If you know what I mean. What I'm saying is when you view the whole occurrence of events in the context of all of these murders, it becomes clear that his airtight alibi isn't so airtight anymore.
No, I'm talking about for Mike. For not John, for Mike. The first one is the one.
I understand.
Yeah. So the first one is they can't touch him because again, here he stalked the perfect victim. He had everything planned, and then he didn't account for his alibi. Oh well, I was here and these people saw me.
Right. I understand
that. He gets you. He's saying, that in the context of the rest of the murders and
Yes,
a
but
little bit of additional scrutiny, that initial alibi then kind of falls apart as flimsy, which seemed airtight with just the one murder.
Right, with the one murder, it seemed airtight, but as these other murders take place, shit breaks down. So that
yes,
what was once an airtight alibi becomes suspect.
Yeah, that because
only
John
because
is getting
there are
better
more
as a
murders.
killer.
Right, that's what I mean.
Yes, that's why I said initially the first one is, and that's what spurs John to like, okay, what do I need to do to get
And
him?
if we want to tweak it further, Tyr, we make it so that John plants additional evidence with these other murders that breaks down that alibi too.
Yeah, again, it shows his growth as a killer, that he's learning from his mistakes. Like,
Yes,
okay, this is what I
exactly.
need to do. You know, here, I'll plant blood on this person.
I had another thought too, that John should only kill women. And the reason for that is, like I said, part of his thing is to get the girlfriend back.
Yeah, because then it also makes it looks like that his ex would be
In
John's
danger.
next, or Mike's next victim.
Yeah, it looks like it'll make it look like she might be on that list. So yeah, we're getting somewhere now, I think. See, this is how you make it. This is how you make these things work.
I'm going to push back on that one. I don't think he should only kill women. Again,
Why not?
because all right, he's not just interacting with women. So
Well, that's true, but you got to remember, John's goal is to get. What are we going to call her? Melanie.
all right, the goal is to get Melanie right.
Yeah, it's to get her to come back to him.
So again, all we have to do is establish that, all right, that she could be a victim, and it doesn't necessarily have to be because she's female.
No, but there should be
A through line.
I can agree with that, but there should be a commonality between her and all the victims in that case.
And again, it's all the connection to Mike.
Well, no, that's not the only commonality.
Yeah, there's gotta be more commonality than just the connection to Mike. Otherwise,
Or here's a better idea.
You've gotta have something for your killer to hook on more than just, oh, I'm Mike, I'm a murderer, and I kill people I know. There's got to be some other hook.
All right, here's a better idea. It could be all the group, like their couple, their shared friends when they were a couple that spurned him for her and him.
Huh?
That would point to him. That would point to Mike.
No, it wouldn't.
To John, not to Mike.
It would point to Mike. It would give him.
If it's the people
Hold on. I want to make sure I understand you right, Tyr. So explain it again, but use the characters' names.
All right, so Mike and Melanie had a friend group or a group of friends and whatnot, right?
Okay.
The friends when they broke up, friends decide who they like better, and they will stick with that friend.
Hold on. It's John is the killer.
Yeah, John's the killer.
Mike is the new boyfriend.
Mike is the new boyfriend. But I'm saying the friend group was Melanie and John's when they were together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when they split, those friends that went to Mike, that stayed with Melanie instead of, who sided with her, and now are friends with John, Mike and Melanie, and said fuck him, are the ones he's targeting.
There, Tyr, is that it does also paint John as having a motive.
Yeah, if those are the people that are getting the X, so to speak, that points the finger of suspicion at John, not at Mike.
Well,
these are the people that they didn't do anything to trigger Mike. They stabbed John in the back.
Yeah, the whole point is John is framing Mike.
Yeah, if you were going about like the murder spree where he's trying to get back at everyone, and he doesn't care about getting her back, then yes, it would make sense to have him go after the friends that had, exiled him.
Yeah,
exiled John.
Going with that notion and trying to frame Mike, it would make more sense to have the ones that, if any, sided with John and stayed with him, them be the ones that are the victims, except that doesn't make Melanie a target.
Right.
And if your notion of part of what, aside from just the framed murders and everything, part of what sets her as running from Mike and going to John is that she's a potential victim too. In that set of circumstances, she's not a potential victim.
Well, she is a potential victim. All right.
No, if the people that sided with John are all being murdered, Melanie's in the clear.
No, all right. Again,
in fact, she's potentially a suspect.
All right, this would give him motive, and it would make him easier to want to kill them. Again, these could be the ones that pushed her to start dating Mike.
But again, Tyr, what you're not understanding is he is trying
to
set up Mike. So to have the people that are trying to set Mike up with Melanie to kill them off doesn't make any sense to frame Mike that way when they were the ones trying to help them.
Again, all we're trying to do is
put more point on John.
All we're trying to do is make Mike seem like a killer, right? It kills two birds with one stone. Clearly, John is obsessed.
Tyr, the thing is, you're shredding the motive for Mike, and
I'm not shredding the motive for Mike. All right. Again, if we're trying to establish, we're trying to make because again, John's obsessive, right? That's a given. If he's gonna kill people to get her back, he's obsessive, right?
Yes and no. Here's I guess one of the twists we should probably mention, if it's a twist at all. I don't think it is. But it's a John is not emotionally susceptible in that way. If you see what I mean, he's rational. He's mad.
Yeah, he's a sociopath, right?
But he's also rational.
Yeah.
So he's me.
He's a sociopath.
Yeah, he's any one of us.
But he's a sociopath, right? I mean, again, the point of him.
He wouldn't leave anything that could track back to him having a motive. Now, I mean, if it were me, if I were this character, what I would do is I would follow Mike, or I would investigate Mike, rather, figure out all the details about his life, figure out people who have personal connections to him, and if I can start killing those people that have personal connections to him, but also have no personal connection to me, then there's no way they'd look at me as a suspect, but he becomes a common factor in all those murders. He becomes a common element. Basic rule of investigating serial type murders is you look for a common factor. Sometimes that common factor is they all have blonde hair. Sometimes it's they all went through the same dating agency. Sometimes it's they all knew the same guy. And if they all knew the same guy, if they all had a personal they didn't have any degrees of separation, for example. Say one of them is an ex-girlfriend. One of them is his employer. One of them is someone he goes to the gym with. People who have a direct contact with him on a regular basis.
So he would need to stalk him.
Basically, it's obvious that he's a common factor.
Yeah.
He would need to stalk him, right?
Yes.
John would have to do some investigating, and that's part. See, I figure John is our main character.
again, that
John
still
is-
points to a
John
point.
is the character we're following in this movie.
Yeah, all right, but that still points to a bit of obsession.
Yes, Tyr, we understand that he's obsessed, but he's rational. He's
Say,
not obsessed to the
hyper-
point of being stupid.
Say potentially hyper rational even.
Yes.
The guy is going to be detail oriented out the wazoo, probably on 2 or 3 different spectrums. And the guy knows how many sugar cubes are left without looking.
It's
He
one of
knows
those
that
things. We're not just trying to turn it into a straight revenge against all who he believed wronged him.
Right. He's very focused, and it's a very specific goal that he wants to achieve.
Yes.
I
And
want
the best
to
part-
frame Mike for these murders in such a way that drives Melanie back to me.
Yes.
That means, among other things, the victims can't be tied by commonality to him.
Exactly. John has to be clear of that kind of a tie.
And they can't be tied by a commonality. Say if you're looking at that structure and saying, hey, we're going to have 3 to 4 victims, and it's going to be set up in a way that Melanie believes that she's at risk from John. Not just Law is after him, but she's actually at risk from John.
Well, it's Mike.
Mike, yeah.
Or from Mike, sorry. Yeah, so they can't have they can't have the one tied to the joint friends group splitting up. The only one that makes sense as Mike as the killer is the ones that sided with John, but those don't put Melanie as a potential victim. So you really can't take the common friends group into consideration for this unless you deal with a situation where one is add one victim, not because they were a target, but because they walked in on the crime scene as it was happening. Oh,
So-
hey, I forgot and left my phone here.
So
Well, now you see too much, you have to die. But it's still it's not because they were the original target. It's a wrong place, wrong time, and the person who was the original target still clearly ties back to Mike.
all right. So we're trying to establish that Mike is the serial killer, correct? We're that's where we're starting.
That's what John's
Now-
goal is. Yeah.
All right. Now, the first killing, like you said, should be someone that he knows. But the alibi clears him, so he gets more sophisticated. He researches, he thinks, he follows, he picks, he plans. And again, this hyperfixation that he has, even though he's hyper rational, to the point of I can count the number of sugar cubes. I count out 10 sugar cubes before I even make my cup of tea. You know?
No, I'm talking about he's going to be so fixated on the details and everything and planning perfectly. This is the guy that's going to try after the first one doesn't work. If he goes to I'm going to try and do some research to make it work. He start with old cop dramas, looking and say, this is absolutely stupid as a how-to. Now let's go and look at something serious.
So he starts looking at the actual things of serial killers.
Yeah, actual he, I could see this as a situation where he starts pulling up things like Fat Electrician videos or the serial killer equivalents.
I said that earlier.
You know what he does? He starts watching the true crime documentaries. I don't mean the kind on YouTube.
The
I
actual
mean,
true
the
crime.
stuff that was on Discovery Channel. And he starts using them. He uses them to figure out the police procedures. He uses them to figure out what investigative steps they take so that he can either completely circumvent or completely steer those investigations in a specific direction.
I got one better for you, Mitch. Maybe he's a ride along. You know, maybe he's a intern
No.
somewhere.
No, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, nothing that ties him directly to the anything that
Police or investigation.
presents. Yeah, anything that presents the actual the know-how, that could suggest that he's researching it or knows what he's doing. The part of the thing is he has to be above. He has to be beyond consideration as a suspect.
Yeah.
People go
If he-
research
if
stuff
he
for
does-
books all the time.
Well, yeah, from books, sure, but if
No,
he
no,
goes
no,
on
no.
like right along, he wouldn't want to have direct contact with police because if police even know his name, they're too close. You know, you can't guarantee you won't slip up somehow. And the best way to not slip up is to not be around the cops. So watching the documentaries, reading the books, and doing all that kind of stuff, that would make sense. But getting in direct contact with police would not.
Hello, Moto.
You know, I think a fun twist at the end after he kills
wait a minute,
Melanie.
hold on. What about the guy who would try to dox himself to get back at someone who victimized him as a child because the case was sealed? Boom. That's my hook.
Wait, what about a guy who would try to dox himself to get back at someone who victimized him as a child because the case was sealed? Huh. That almost sounds like a different movie. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. It sounds like a different.
So I do have a question. This one: are we going to have Mike survive and be arrested by the cops, or are we going to have Mike die?
I think we're never going to get a resolution to Mike's story.
Because I was going to say one thing.
Not the focal point. Mike gets arrested.
Yes.
Yeah, he gets arrested. Melanie runs back to John. John kills Melanie in a rage and realizes that's what he wanted to do all along, and he
Not even in a rage.
Or
he still is just as cold, but with Melanie it's different somehow. There's a different kind of thing that comes over him when he kills Melanie.
Okay.
It's like a silent rage.
Yeah, he kills Melanie, realizes that that's what he wanted to do all along. He could have gotten the whole thing taken care of without all these other murders. Fade to black.
Well, yeah, it's like after he kills Melanie, the red mist that's been the haze he's seeing through for a year dissipates, and he realizes.
I've got an idea. Could be a stupid idea. I don't know if it's already been done, but kind of be that because of him being so meticulous, like each attempt fails, but because of that, you actually, while he's trying to, establish that Mike is a killer, he actually does unwittingly find out that Mike is a killer. So while he went through his whole things that weren't connected, but did point to and weren't necessarily good, it turns out that technically Melanie was supposed to be his next victim. I don't know if any of y'all like that thought process. Something popped in my head. So it's like he unintentionally saves her to realize he needed the closure from it anyways, and still ends up killing her, but he doesn't find that out until like after or something.
I think it might play better if it turns out Mike is involved in something else surreptitious, not murders, but something else, and that comes to light through the investigation.
Okay.
And it basically it's icing on John's cake.
Yeah.
John got lucky in that way. Oh my God, this is fucking great. It's probably one of the only points in the movie where we see John express some kind of joy. Because, it's on the news. The suspect in the blood also related to kidnappings. Oh, fucking brilliant. He has that real quick moment. Oh, that's fucking awesome. But then also he goes right back into his into his hyper focus after that too. BLooZeR says, "I'm intrigued though. This shit does sound cool, and it's more interesting than some of the shit Hollywood has done. I've been looking for a way to because this could be played in a way as a slasher film too.
Well, because the way it makes it fun is the fact that we are spitballing ideas, but instead of just going, "Oh, that sounds brilliant," we're like, "Well, I kind of like that, but not that exactly." We're able to tweak it and then disregard some things, or just be like, "No, that doesn't work for this setting."
Yeah. Ugh.
It's like for what we're discussing here, like Mitch is like basically the head writer. We're just brainstorming and kind of like co-writing a little bit.
Well, no, everyone would get writing credit in my system.
Yes, but in the end of it, it's that whole thing of like you're the main writer because you have the thought process of like how it's going to start, how it's going to end. We're trying just to help figure out the middle portion of how it gets to there.
Well, yeah, but it's not. It's not
the
about
general plot versus
brainstorming
brainstorming the specific details.
Yeah. For me, even when someone throws an idea at me that I have to dismiss, that's productive. I don't care what anyone says. That is a productive thing because I need a good reason to dismiss that idea.
Yeah. No, what I'm doing is I'm not just, freaking huffing our own farts. I'm just shitting on Hollywood writers. They're god awful.
Oh, they are. They're terrible. But
sometimes you don't realize that you don't want the story to go a specific direction until that gets suggested, and you suggested, and you really consider it seriously. It's like, okay, yeah, no, that doesn't work for this reason.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and when you figure out, and sometimes you can't even articulate it at first. Sometimes, but you still know, and when someone brings up a thing and you find yourself in a position where you have to articulate why it doesn't work, it informs you about so many things, not just about the story you're telling, but about the characters and your involvement through the narrative.
Which is why you should not have like 10 fucking directors.
What?
And writers.
Say again?
Which is why you shouldn't have 10 fucking directors and writers.
Well, you have the one director. You can have multiple writers if they can actually work with each other.
Right.
The problem is we don't have a problem hurting each other's feelings of being like, no, I don't like this because of this reason. The other person's like, that makes sense.
And ultimately, when I'm involved in an entertainment, in creating something, one of my goals is it has to make sense, and it has to make a certain kind of sense too. And sometimes you can't articulate that from the outset. You have to go back and forth with people so everyone catches those nuances on their own. But I'm liking the way this is playing out too. I'm starting to get invested in this story. Well, I am, because it's so much more interesting when we brainstorm this way. One of the reasons I love brainstorming like this is there's shit that I don't see, and I don't know I don't see it because I can't see it.
Yeah.
But Tyr's going to bring something up, and that's going to send me down a whole new direction of thought about how to accomplish something, and it's fantastic.
And to make a joke that I'm pretty sure I know Tyr is guilty of, and I'm pretty sure I'm guilty of as well, of trying to over-explain something that we already got the point of.
Oh yeah, I mean, we all do that. I know I do.
Yeah.
But the reason I do is because I'm convinced I've explained it badly.
I think with me and Tyr sometimes is we just think we didn't get the point across.
That's what I mean. I mean, it's the same basic principle. So what do we got? We got Melanie dumps John on Halloween. Jesus Christ. On February the 14th. I still love that as a title because it's such a play on convention.
See, and if if your working title is Dear John, you could add the little bit of icing on the cake that she actually dumps him with a Dear John letter.
Yeah, you could.
They were going to go out to dinner and a movie. He was actually planning on trying to step up the relationship, and instead he gets a Dear John email that she's not been feeling it for a while, and she's leaving. She's met this great guy Mike, and thinks that he might be her future.
Many things. I have been many things.
I think I'm a little too stuck on February the 14th as a title, the way it plays with convention.
I mean, you could always do the whole thing to where it's a play of both, to where the main title is February the 14th, but then underneath that, Dear John.
Or the other way around.
That
Dear
could work,
John,
too. Yes.
February the 14th.
Possibly. And
The
the
thing
thing
is,
is,
the other side is if you use February the 14th and you sell your interest in the IP, some studio exec is going to think that a brilliant sequel would be February the 15th.
Yeah.
Completely missing the point of the fucking story.
Usually how it goes.
Oh yeah, I know. That's why it would happen. Trouble selling my interest in a IP that I created.
Yeah, that's where the one that I had earlier would not work of just calling it Thursday, because then a studio would be like, well, Friday works, and it's like, yeah, but there's already been a movie series of that one.
There's already a movie series called Friday.
I've called that, so it doesn't necessarily work. Ha, bitch.
Now, here's where the trick is, though, too. If we call it February the 14th, we have to have amusing elements, because February the 14th is kind of a it's like Saturday the 14th in the 80s, which was a spoof horror film.
yeah,
And yeah, it's obviously a slap or slap's not
Play on words.
it plays on Friday the 13th, but February the 14th plays on both Friday the 13th and Halloween at the same time.
And any
Without
Valentine's Day horror movies.
Without saying Valentine's Day. So I mean, like I said, the way it plays with convention, February the 14th, though, I really like all the different ways it plays with it. It hits on multiple levels, one phrase.
yeah. So the trick is putting in some humor elements and comedic points without the whole thing just being
without
spoof.
it being a joke, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you don't turn the whole thing into a parody. You're doing a serious movie. It just has some humor points.
Erotic elements, yeah.
I think the way to do that is to play with our characters and their personalities in a certain way that's amusing without trying to be funny. I think that's the only real way to do that. You know, like Kramer coming through the door on Seinfeld, that's just funny. It's funny, kooky character man, you know?
Yeah.
We can't do funny, kooky character man in this kind of a story, but we can have amusing things happen. Like, you ever see the movie Cuffs?
We came from the stars.
No.
The Sheridan.
Okay.
The right
The
hand of Empress
the whole setup of the
Ellis.
movie doesn't matter, but in this one scene,
Garen
it's
led the
the beginning of a
Category
shootout.
here,
The
ordered
shootout
to
hasn't
find a
started
new
yet,
home.
but the good guys are on the
This
roof of a
world has not
parking
been
structure,
welcoming. Terrors
middle of the
in
day.
oceans, scuttling
Good
horrors
guys on one
the
side, bad
isles.
guys on the other. Both have guns
We were
drawn.
tested,
Or no, the good
never
guys have
swayed
their
from our
guns on the
task,
bad guys,
even when we lost Garen herself.
but the bad guys are also armed. And you know, it's like, all right, everyone, drop your guns, blah blah blah. And then
With Garen's
from behind the
courage
good guys,
and
a
Garen's
church bell
steel,
rings.
I will rebuild
and the good guys all turn around and look at the church bell because it distracted them, and then the bad guys are free to reach for their weapons, pull them, and start firing. That's amusing without being funny, if you know what I mean. It's that kind of a humor in that kind of a situation. Like say John's about to kill somebody. Maybe he's about to kill someone in their sleep, and he's going to do it by stabbing them in the throat. So he creeps into their house, you know, and this is one of Mike's co-workers, I guess, whatever. But he creeps into her house, and he's getting ready to kill her. But before he does, he sneaks into the bathroom and into the kitchen to make sure that the paper towels and toilet paper are facing the right way. And then he goes and kills her. You know, it's not... It's relatable for one thing. Everyone can relate to that. You see it done wrong, you want to fix it.
He goes through and feeds the cat.
Yeah.
Something else to...
He kills her, and then he sees that she's got a cat, and it's like, oh, that cat's going to go hungry. Well, let's load up the dish.
Say something else that's going to be kind of an important point. He's going to be coming to these murders prepared to do it, but part of that preparation, he's not bringing the weapons with him. They have to be weapons, quote unquote weapons of opportunity, but things that he knows there, because
right.
Otherwise, you're doing the
you're leaving a trail.
Yeah, you're leaving a trail. He's bringing a weapon. He's either got to leave it there, which could tie back to him, or take it away, which could betray him. Whereas it's, oh, hey, Mike's a serial killer, and he grabbed the butcher knife from the knife block in the kitchen to murder his boss with. He grabbed the screwdriver from the garage to murder this person. Whatever. He's done his research. He knows what weapons he's going to use, but they are weapons of opportunity from the scene.
Right. Now, see, that's again, that's brilliant, because that way at each murder scene, he has to find that weapon of opportunity. And in searching for that weapon of opportunity, something amusing could happen.
I think one that would work, one that I think would be fun, kind of funny in a way, and like slightly ironic, and kind of go into that is like, it's like you have like the boss, he gets beaten to death with like an award he got that Mike got second place at.
Right.
Which would also tie through to this is a clear motive point for Mike that has nothing to do with John.
Right, exactly. And when John finds that thing, whatever it might be, this might be I don't know if this would be going too far into the silly or not, but have John's reaction each time just be simply, ooh. So then, you know, you're telegraphing to the audience after about the second time that, okay, he's found his thing. But it's in such a there's a weird childish excitement about it that betrays or would actually emphasize his hyper focus in a way. Because of his hyper focus, when he finds that thing, he kind of reverts and he feels that kind of childhood excitement because he found the thing. Ooh.
Well, you can even play that into like the third murder. Starts going a little bit frantic because he can't find the right weapon of opportunity.
Yes.
It's like by the time he's through the second one, he realizes he needs this weapon of opportunity to be something that could be pointing back to John or to Mike, if at all possible, and just that's too mundane. That doesn't work. Nothing
That's been
grabs
done.
him. Yeah, that's been done. And maybe, I mean, this kind of ties, even just like the butcher knife from the knife block. Mike gave the person the knife set as a housewarming gift.
Yeah.
Or Mike gave them as a housewarming gift because they just graduated, or it's like they're going to culinary school.
Yeah, there's a lot of different.
Just a
suddenly
little
occurs
bit
to
that.
me- It occurs to me because we can't have. Well, John is like stalking the person's home, if you know what I mean. He showed up on the night he's going to kill somebody. Yeah, but they're not home yet, and he's just waiting for them to get home. So he's going to look around, right? But you can't just have him talking to himself, but you can have an inner monologue. And then that inner monologue can break when he sees the thing. Because that he does out loud. But the inner monologue is an opportunity to be both sinister and amusing at the same time. G. Blizzard says he wouldn't even hurt a fly. Have you been watching Psycho? That's what I'm really looking for. Psycho's a good horror film because so much of it is everything but a horror film.
Oh yeah,
The
Psycho
problem
is a
with,
great movie.
the problem with slasher films is that they spend too much time being a slasher film, so the slasher part becomes entirely mundane.
Mm-hmm.
But when you create a film where the slasher element is what the fuck was I saying? I just got lost though. God damn it.
Where it's not the main point of it.
Yeah, I mean, like when we watched Ted into Midnight on Never Watch Alone. That movie is part slasher film, but it's also part police thriller. And
Cop movie.
what's that, Pierre?
And buddy cop movie.
Kinda, yeah.
Well,
It had
for a lot of those, let's say for a lot of those movies where the problem tends to lie is the studios see that and like, oh, we need to make something like that, so you get freaking 17 copies of it, and none of them have the heart or the original one. Because like, yes, you can go and make a slasher where the slasher portion of it is the main thing. It's mindless. It's not meant to make much sense. It's just meant to be a popcorn film. But then you can go about it the other way as well. Yeah.
Making an intellectual horror is a bit more effort.
And, well, that's just it. It doesn't have to be. I mean, and it really doesn't even have to be an intellectual. I prefer it sometimes, but times too, where give me my fucking Friday the 13th. But Friday the 13th wasn't stupid either, if you know what I mean. It wasn't mindless. For a while anyway, it wasn't mindless.
And sometimes you can have fun with it to where it's like, I can't remember what the frickin' sequel is, but where the dude kills the people with a power drill, and at one point he's got it's attached to his guitar.
Yeah, that's where stuff starts getting dumb. That's where.
But it's a sequel, and it's not meant to be taken seriously. It's meant to be seen as ridiculous.
Well, yeah, like Jason X.
Yeah.
Jason X is not a Friday the 13th movie. It's a Jason in space movie, and it's fine. Because it succeeds at what it set out to do, I think. But when you get into a Friday the 13th film that has a deeper, more personal type story, those are good too. It's just you got to know what you're making and how to present it. That's why I like consistency, and I like things to make. But see, like I said, this would have comedic elements, right down to the name of the movie, really, because it plays with so many things, and it can be viewed as funny as a result, or at least amusing. But when you add things that are amusing, it adds to the too. I mean, humor is one of the things that is just a part of life. You know, just like, you know, having characters who are stressed out about something. Stress is just a part of life. Anger, rage, sadness, love, all of these things are just a part of life. And when you can have as many things that are just a part of life as little things you sprinkle in, it makes all the characters come to life a bit better.
I will say, going back to like the movie we were discussing, or like not the movie. Well, you know what I mean.
Brainstorming.
Yeah, brainstorming. When he's looking for the item and the thing, and it's just the inner monologue. No creepy music, just dead silence, other than his monologue. And maybe if like the person's there, you hear them breathing. Like quite literally, you just go with the creepiness of like what a house sounds like at night.
Yes, that's actually a really good idea. I think it lends to a great sense of atmosphere, and that's it. And it's going to build a certain type of tension.
Air conditioner suddenly kicks in, and
yeah, because like like Mitch said, it's like the only time you actually hear the tension break of like the inner monologue is when he finds it. You don't have some like musical sound that he finds it or some glow on it. He sees it, gets that smile.
And you threw some other thought in my. What was it? Jesus, they go out so quickly once they go in.
Yep.
With an inner monologue and the thing like switching the toilet paper or paper towel roll so it faces the right way. I love that gag, honestly, because it really is something to relate to.
Yeah.
And
you don't do like the Dexter inner monologue where he's talking about a dark passenger. Like you have him going over the steps. He's just like, okay, so I got to find this, then do this, get through here.
I figured this inner monologue would be more like he opens the drawer, scissors, no. It would be something like that. It would be just like anyone's inner monologue actually is, because we don't go through our day at work looking for a tool, describing the tool in our heads, and going through the history of the tool in our heads. We don't do that.
We're also not talking about how we have some sort of a dark passenger.
Right. Because we think what we're doing is normal.
Yeah, not narrating the story of our life, doing the...
Right, we're just going through a day.
So no, John, that one's not right. No, that won't actually kill them. That doesn't have any, that's not going to point to Mike.
Yeah, we're not going to go with anything like what I have for an inner monologue, because then you'd have to have music, because I think stupid shit all the goddamn time.
Oh, yeah. But look,
we all do, I think.
Picture John catches that paper towel roll on backwards. He opens the drawer, scissors, no. Knife, no. Sees the paper towel, then he goes, fucking people. Flips it around.
Yeah.
Then just goes about to the next one.
Every time.
Yeah, but it's just a simple thing. He doesn't belabor the point. He acknowledges the thing, fixes the thing, and then moves on. Whatever that thing may be. I mean, he could be so and this could be part of what leads to the breakup too, is he's very persnickety in general. This drawer in the kitchen has to contain these things. So when he finds like a spatula in the wrong drawer, during that inner monologue, he just goes, damn it, and moves it to the other drawer. But you know
Mine's a
that
knife
that's
drawer, and a couple of the knives are pointing blade to the
yeah. Sometimes the
opening.
blades are to the right instead of to the left, or the edge is to the right instead of to the left, and he has to fix that shit. And again, this is a great way to show don't tell. You know, sure, we're gonna have Melanie tell him too picky about things, but that's all she has to say when with the breakup.
That's in the letter.
Yeah,
You're just too picky about things. I can't live like that.
and his response to me, what the hell's that supposed to mean? But throughout the movie, as he's going through people's house, flipping paper towels around and making sure the knife blades are facing the right direction, we start
Well,
to see it.
if you do like you're too picky about things, but I would add it into that being like you're too picky about things that don't matter.
Sure.
And he's like, what? No, they matter. And he goes the whole thing of like you see him being, he's like, no, the toilet, he's like the paper towel roll when it's hung sideways is supposed to be this way to be more efficient, ample to get to use.
Oh, here's a great thing. Jay Blizza in the chat says he pets the cat. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
But then he returns and switches the toilet paper roll back around the other way because, well, cat, different set of rules. And of course he pets the cat because as much as he's kind of off the deep end in that hyper focused way, he likes animals. He doesn't view them as a sin to the natural order of a home or anything like that because that's all stuff that he can control. But I think it's a great thing. You're too picky about things that don't matter. Would be great because then then we have that opportunity really to do this show don't tell, and in kind of an amusing way too. Again, this is where the brainstorming is such an awesome thing because we've got all these different characteristics for John that are just fucking awesome. It's a fertile playground now with John. Just imagine once we get into Mike and Melanie and some of the people around them. Here's the other question. Oh, go on.
I was going to say, well, then it's like, with the, he flips the toilet paper roll back because of realizing the cat that they might paw at it, and that's just going to pull all the thing down.
Exactly.
So he's like, okay, makes sense.
Yeah. With cats, with a cat in the house, it's a different set of rules. And John's a monster, but he's not a unreasonable monster, I guess.
Yeah.
At least in some ways. And again, it humanizes him in a way too, and that makes him scarier.
And of course, he's got, and the thing is, he's got his own set of internal rules.
Yeah.
But he knows the circumstances in which he knows the exceptions to those rules.
Yes. It's the difference between like if you want to scare your kids, or no, not if you want to scare your kids. If you want to scare an adult, or maybe if the kid's a teenager, if you want to scare someone who's a bit older and more difficult to scare, you don't prance up to them walking funny saying you're Mr. Jingles and you're going to get them, because that doesn't scare them. That just looks silly. But if you sneak up behind him and go, Ron's here, that will scare the ever-living fuck out of them. That's what we're turning John into. John is... He's not the obvious scary thing. He's the subtly scary.
Yeah, he's almost on the edge of Uncanny Valley.
Yes. But the thing is, JB writes, that might scare me, to be honest. Fuck Mr. Jingles. Mr. Jingle's coming up the stairs. Things you do with your children before you put them down to sleep. Guarantee the nightmare.
Let's see, sedatives.
Well, yeah, that's obvious.
Yeah, the one where you can always pull the whole thing, being like, the kid is coming up on Halloween. They're like, can we go to a haunted house? What's wrong with the one we live in? Good night.
Exactly. And that's when you just have coins in a sock, a few loose coins, and you just walk around the hallways outside their door, jingling it. Just so they don't know what the fuck that noise is. Monsters, you know. What about Melanie? What's her human foible apart? Well, she's not really in the movie that much, is she? Should she be?
Well, you gotta you gotta put her in a few scenes.
Well, I mean, she's going to be in the movie, yeah, but I don't really see her as a main character type, if you know what I mean.
Can I throw something out there?
Yeah.
Instead of so it's like we already know we're going to have the Dear John letter that we're going to have as he's reading his inner monologue in her voice, because he's seeing things through that like red haze. He's only seeing like the good memories or glorified things, like a part of her he thought she was.
Right.
might have a quick interjection, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Have you seen the movie Horns?
Horns?
Yes.
No.
With Daniel Radcliffe?
No.
In the movie, it shows that his girlfriend, the one that he's being blamed for murder for, she's not in the movie very much, but she is in the movie in like flashbacks and like different scenes. Like, you could actually do something like that.
That's kind of what I was bringing up.
The way I initially see it is like what Rotten said about what's her name? Melanie. We got her voice in a bunch of places, certainly with like the letter and so forth. But also we would see her, I think, in those moments where John is doing the stalkery thing. She would show up in some of those moments because it's through her that he figures out who Mike is, and then he starts to follow Mike, and as he's following, sometimes Melanie is part of that equation.
I would say one that'd be kind of fun as well is to, again, any like memory of her or anything of that, you never actually see her face. You only see her from like the side where her hair's in the way, or from the back only.
Oh, I could see that. Make her kind of mysterious.
Yeah, it's that whole thing of he's always longing, but it's when we finally get the realization at the end of like who she is. She's not going to be some horrifically ugly person, but it's like, I remember why.
Oh,
I came, come to think.
I've got it. I've got why he bashes her head with that cast iron skillet. I've got it. Because of the stalking. He sees her do things and say things with and to Mike that she said and did with and to him. If you see what I mean. It makes her look like she's a philanderer, I guess.
And not genuine.
Yeah, it makes that's what finally snaps him at the end, is he realizes she's coming back to him not because she loves him or figures out that she actually loves him, anything like that. She's just looking for a safe space to park her car for a minute until a better space opens up. He starts to have that kind of a conclusion based on her actions with him and then her actions with Mike. It seems like she's
There we go.
operating on a playbook. And that realization finally tips him over that edge. He kills her, and that red mist disappears again. And he has that epiphany. Like, I should have just killed her first. Everything
I
else
didn't
could
need
have
to
been
set
avoided.
Mike up. I just could have just taken care of her and been done with everything.
Yeah. Now the real question is, as a visual element, do we do a slight red tint while the movie's playing after have that red tint dissipate? Like it's subtle, but it's there. Have
Yeah,
that red
just like a
mist
faint hue.
right after it kills. Yeah. Yeah, just a
Just
very
barely-
slight color grading.
Just barely noticeable enough that you really say apply it like have one of those fade to black moments before you apply it, and then instead once he has the epiphany, just instead of having it where they might not notice it as much, where it just boom, it clears.
Well, yeah.
You're like,
but
oh wait, that was there.
I'm thinking while he's reading the letter, the red mist descends. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Zed. I knew you were there already, Zed, but anyhow.
See, part of my
So
thought is
reading a letter, dear John, blah, 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 blah. And the further the letter goes on, the mist descends further and further till it covers the whole screen. But it's still very subtle. Maybe it's just
Yeah, well,
coming in from all sides.
yeah. Well, my thought on that is when it's being applied from the perspective of the viewer, make it like extremely subtle, make it very slow application. So if they
Yes.
if they don't know it's there,
I
you do-
think I've
they
got it
can
figured
miss
out
it.
for that.
You
And
do
then-
it slow
and then
enough
when
so
you
that
have-
while it's happening through the movie, you don't notice it until it clears. Because
Yeah,
it'll clear
and then you-
probably
I-
twice as fast as it descends.
you clear it. You clear
I
it
have a
suddenly.
great-
You clear it like in a second.
Great idea.
Hey, go ahead. Go on, man.
Example for that. Tunnel
Oh, you're
vision.
breaking up.
So
You're
like
breaking
Mitch
up.
said, it goes from all sides. Oh fuck.
No, you're back again.
Let me get outside to where I'll be on better network. Okay.
All right.
Tunnel vision. So it goes from all sides, and you can leave that center kind of clear if you wanted to. And the sudden realization is when everything goes clear. Because if you ever had tunnel vision, you kind of know what I'm talking about.
Yes, but that might be a little too. I
You don't make
want
it
the edge- I
extremely
don't want the edges
hazy.
of the frame to be so wildly different from the center of the frame. If you know, not wildly is the wrong word.
Oh no. The going into it is that whole thing of like going into tunnel vision, to where it's
Okay.
still the same hue, that small go over to it, to where eventually the whole screen gets to that as it
Okay.
focuses on the letter.
Right. And then as we move away from the letter, the red haze just doesn't dissipate.
Stays.
And again,
Yes.
it's very, very subtle.
Yes.
It's so subtle that it just looks natural by the time we're 5-10 minutes into the movie. We don't even question what we're seeing. But at the end, where it dissipates twice as fast, it's a little more of a shock that oh God, we've returned to normal. Huh.
Well, I kind of think like make it dissipate extremely quickly. Make it dissipate like
Yes.
boom, you realize
Yeah.
what just happened.
Right. I think we've got us an entertaining concept here.
Agreed.
This would be a fun movie. Not just, I think it would be pretty low budget too, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
It could
don't
be.
have to have,
$1 million. That'd be good.
we don't need to have massive amounts of blood or anything like that. We just have to have the people get killed. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to make sense.
Doesn't even have to have a ton of cast either. You got John, you got Mike, you got Melanie, you've got, 3-4 victims, a generic friends group.
I would say, as far as other supporting cast, you've got news anchor for televised, story filler, so that John can follow along and see how the cases develop. And you've got police detective or police spokesperson giving the details on the case.
And then obviously there's Mittens playing Mittens.
Oh, the cat?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And you've also got police detective, now that I think about it, because while John is doing the stalking thing, he's probably going to see the police detective show up wherever Mike is. He's like,
and that's when he makes his exit.
Well, yeah, that's when he, if police detective man shows up, John fucks off. Because he's probably not going to hear what they're talking about anyway. And it's a good practice to just not be there when the police are.
Yeah, well, anything to avoid attracting the police attention, especially considering what he's doing and why. He doesn't want any risk of him distracting the detective.
Right. It's like, oh, good, let the police do their thing.
Yeah. Oh, hey, maybe it's working. Let's just step aside and let him still keeping an eye on potential victim situations, but he's here now, he's looking, so let him do his, let him cook.
Right. And then, God, that's going to be, I think one of the best parts is we're going to have months worth of, obviously it's the movie's probably not going to be more than 2 hours tops.
Nah.
In the world of the movie, long stretches where John can do the stalking thing and planning and detailing his next move and what. I really do think this movie should feature John as the main character.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Because usually when we get that, it's a Patrick Bateman thing and it's over the top.
Yeah.
If we keep John from going crazy over the top, like I said, it kind of makes things more frightening. Maybe have a couple of other supporting cast as well, in the form of neighbors or other people that John just runs into daily in his regular life too.
Moderately consistently.
Yeah, a neighbor who's like, hey, how you doing? All right. Still doing the thing this weekend? Yeah, probably. All right, catch you later. A few little interactions like that, then probably maybe a coworker of John's.
Well, if you have a neighbor as well, instead of just being like that, you could also have him like to show more that he's an animal lover. Of like the neighbor has a pet, so he's just like, oh, how's Fido doing?
Well, yeah, that too. I mean, but also, like the neighbor would be like, hey, I haven't seen Melanie around. We broke up. And, when that happens, it's not like the red gets any redder. We don't do any of that.
Yeah.
We don't do a pulsating thing throughout the movie to tell the audience how angry he is or anything like that. It's not about that.
No, it has when it comes. It's whole thing of when it comes into play, and that it's just there.
Yep.
The entire time until it snaps away.
Yes, exactly. And coworkers too. How have you been since the breakup? Doing all right. I'm getting over it. It'll take some time.
Trying to work
Getting
past
over it.
Yeah, working
Don't
fast.
don't go out as much right now.
Yeah. So what you been doing? I've got a couple of side projects to occupy me.
Heck,
Oh, yeah, what are you up to?
even have one of those, show he got on the side before he decided that he was going to set this up. Show him starting one of those side projects,
Yep.
and it actually being something that he kind of obsesses over when he can't do the stalking or when he has to step back because, oh, hey, the detective was there. Okay, obsessively continue on that side project, his new hobby.
Yeah. But that's the best part about this, I think, is that he's not stupid. He's not going to make stupid mistakes. And in fact, he's going to get away with it all. As far as we know. We don't know if he gets away with Melanie's murder, but he gets away with everyone else's.
Pretty sure he might not get away with Melanie's, but hey, you hit your fade to black before that can be investigated.
Right.
She's dead in his house, being clubbed in the head by the cast iron skillet that's been sitting on his stove. He's probably not gonna get away with that, but you have some potential for doubt because you see how brilliantly he's handled every other part of it.
Right.
It's also irrelevant to the movie because it's meant to just be a singular story.
Well, yeah, this isn't a movie that's going to, but this is a one-off.
Yeah.
This is in no way capable of being a franchise.
Yeah, there is no sequel hook.
No.
No.
But it's the kind of thing where, I'm picturing something for the closing credits, not like a credit scene, but musically. I'm thinking, what would be good for the closing credits? Just have the credits happening on a black background, slowly scrolling up the screen. But John just going, after he's killed.
Oh, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah, he's just humming a little tune.
Yeah.
And until the credits end, and it's just, it would be creepy as all hell.
And nothing particularly identifiable. You have a few moments. That could be this song, and then it goes off in another direction. And then a few minutes later, a few moments. That could be that.
Play a royalty if you don't have to.
And just, well, I mean, just the constant, you tease and you turn away.
Right.
Oh, he could be. It's kind of like his internal monologue. If he had a tune he was, had going in his head, it would just be random humming that had.
Or it's the same hum that he does during his hobby.
Familiar. Well, yeah, that could work too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could have, it's like whenever he's doing something to where he typically needs to concentrate on some of that and he knows he's alone, like he hums when he does that hobby. He hums when he cooks.
Yeah. It's when he's doing something absent-mindedly, if you know what I mean. Yeah, he's persnickety about the details when he cooks or when he cleans or when he does his hobby. But he's so meticulous about it that it's automatic now. It's like muscle memory. So yeah, as he's doing the thing, he just hums along. He's just humming along.
The other thing, and I can tell you this just from personal experience, sometimes something like that is just, it's distracting that part of the brain that gets in the way of you being able to function in that focus.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now, Johnny Hellcat asks, is he charismatic? I would say he's an everyman in a way.
Yeah, he's not
Captain Pretty Man.
Yeah, he's not super great looking. He's not hideous. He's not he would be a great politician. but he is something that on the surface and in casual interaction everyone gets along with.
Yeah.
He's outwardly friendly, polite, you know, asks the question of interest, you know, how'd your kids do at that sporting event? Uh how's Fido doing? Leg healed up? Oh, that's great. You know, he's got those little interest bits which he's got indexed in his head. Hey, this person, their daughter plays lacrosse. That coworker, the dog got didn't get hit by a car like square on, got clipped by a car, broke the leg, you know, rough recovery. You know, all these little things squirreled away, and he's got those interest elements that he's, whether he actually feels it or not, he asks the question, he shows the interest.
I think, like Tyr said, he's sociopathic, right? But I think I think until the breakup, he's not deep into that. If you know what I mean, the tendencies are there, yes. It's certainly there, but he's not malevolent about his sociopathy until that breakup letter.
Well, you also, even if you don't care and don't like people, you learn how to function in the society.
Oh yes, absolutely.
If for no other reason than enough so that you don't stand out too much, enough that's not going to draw the extra attention. So you study how society interacts, and so you can you basically you fake it till you make it.
Yes.
On that, so you get the point where he eventually hits, yeah, she dumps him, and he hits a breaking point where he can still play all the roles, but you know, some of the restrictions are off.
Johnny says that sounds like what they were selling with Dane Cook and Mr. Brooks. I'm surprised anyone remembers Dane Cook.
I loved how he died in that movie. I don't hate Dane Cook as an actor. I didn't hate his comedy when I was younger, but it got stale really fast.
Oh yeah. See, I'm thinking, while he is a sociopath, he only got malevolent when the with the advent of the letter. But even when that red mist cleared at the end, there is something different about him that's maybe not quite malevolent, but he now can do things that otherwise before he may have had a little more trouble with. Cleaning up the dead body on his kitchen floor, for example. In addition to the hum, I think we should hear him shake out a sheet of plastic. We should hear it hit the ground. We should hear the body get rolled up in it along with the humming.
Ooh, that works really good.
He might not get away with it, but he's smart enough that maybe he will, and he's certainly going to try.
Yeah, we got to lead the audience to think that he could. Not necessarily that he will, but just that he could. It's a more subtle version of Michael Myers not being on the lawn the second time Dr. Loomis looks over the balcony.
I thought that was what's her name that saw that?
That was Dr. Loomis.
Ugh.
Damn it, I want to see this movie now. This is why we need AI. Well,
write the script, write detailed descriptions of each character, you know, lay it out.
We'd never get the funding for it because we're nobody. We could try to crowdfund it, but that's $30 that someone would never see again. You know, and if we had proper AI, like you said, we could put in the character details shit, we could just have the AI listen to the stream and make a movie out of it for us. That would be awesome. Then we would have our entertainment. No one would get screwed. Zed said, let's be honest, I'm sure Dame Cook himself forgot Dame Cook existed by now. Did I say Dame? Probably.
Dame Cook.
I mean, it's getting late.
Dame Cook.
Tyr, where you been?
Napping.
Checking in San Diego.
I think he fell asleep.
Damn it, Tyr. Fell asleep again.
Johnny, who the hell is Charlton Copeland? I gotta type that in.
Saying I've got to say I don't have a way to like get his attention. You know, so make that phone ring across the room or something.
He's up.
Oh, he exists. He lives.
Yeah, I checked out.
Shocker.
Checked out. What the hell?
You missed a good story.
I think he fell asleep to it.
He helped build the good story, for fuck's sake. Now I gotta look up the Charlton Copeland.
I think it should be illegal for jobs to be asking you why you have a gap in your history. Like it's not your fucking business why they can't.
Oh, Charlton Copley is a South African actor. Oh, he looks too old to play. What's the guy? John. He's too old to play John. Or Mike.
Well, that actually is a good question. How old is your character?
I think I would go with the mid-20s thing.
All right.
Okay.
Let's get out of here. I'm sleepy.
All right.
Yeah, figure the the youngest the youngest
23 would be the youngest
character, around 23, the oldest around 28.
Yeah, all at the beginnings of their career.
Maybe John's neighbor is in his late 30s.
Yeah, neighbors will be older.
All right. Boss is 42.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Bye, later all.
Have fun watching your movie.
Closing time. Time for you to go out to the places you will be from. I know who I wanna take me home. I know who I wanna take me home. I know who I wanna take me home. Take me home. Closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay.